Welcome back to Book Shorts, the channel where stories come alive, one chapter at a time. If you love intense romance, unforgettable characters, and the kind of plot that keeps you hooked until the very last word, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into Twisted Games by Huang, a forbidden bodyguard romance that's equal parts sizzling, slow burn, and emotional roller coaster. Think royalty, secret love, and the kind of tension that will have you holding your breath. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a new book breakdown. If you're obsessed with romance thrillers or just need your next audiobook pick, we've got you covered. All right, let's jump into the dangerously addictive world of Princess Bridget and Reese Larson. They say, forbidden love always burns the hottest. But what happens when it's the royal guard who is off limits and the princess who's tired of rules? In Anna Huang's Twisted Games, the second book in the Twisted series, we're swept into a world where honor collides with desire, and a single touch could spark an international scandal. With sizzling chemistry, a slow burn romance, and high stakes, Secrets, this modern-day fairy tale, isn't just about love. It's about the cost of choosing it when duty says no. Meet Princess Bridget von Ascheberg. She's stunning, composed, and born to follow rules. As the heir to the throne of the fictional kingdom of Eldora, Bridget knows her path is already written. Her life is a carefully curated list of royal engagements, diplomatic meetings, and media appearances. But deep inside, she yearns for freedom, for a chance to breathe, and to live a life where every move isn't scrutinized by the press or dictated by her royal lineage. Despite her gilded cage, she remains poised strong and quietly rebellious. Enter Reese Larson. Tall, brooding, and intimidatingly protective, Reese is a former military man turned elite bodyguard. When he's assigned to Bridget by the royal security, command he accepts without knowing the firestorm she's about to ignite in his life. Reese is the definition of control, cold, calculated, and loyal to a fault. His job is simple on paper: protect the princess, never get involved. But what starts as duty slowly evolves into something he can't control. From their very first meeting, sparks fly. Bridget isn't the demure royal Reese expected, and Reese isn't the buttoned-up guard Bridget was prepared for. Their banter is electric, their chemistry undeniable. Every time Reese throws himself in front of danger to protect her, Bridget sees glimpses of the man beneath the armor. And every time Bridget challenges him, pushes him, or stands her ground, Reese feels the walls around his heart begin to crack. But their connection is dangerous. Bridget's royal status places her firmly out of reach. She's not just a princess. She's next in line for the throne. Every move she makes is a matter of state. Reese, on the other hand, is a commoner with a dark past and secrets that could dismantle everything if exposed. Their growing attraction becomes a ticking time bomb, especially as political pressures mount, and Bridget is forced to step up in ways she never anticipated. As the story unfolds, so does Bridget's rise to power. When tragedy hits and her brother abdicates, she's suddenly thrust into a role she never wanted: future queen. With the weight of an entire nation now resting on her shoulders, the stakes skyrocket. She must appear strong, unwavering, and committed to her people. There is no space for personal desires, especially not for a relationship that could be deemed scandalous. But Bridget can't stay away from Reese, and Reese, despite his best efforts, can't walk away from Bridget. The slow burn between them becomes nearly unbearable. Secret glances, stolen touches, late-night whispers behind palace doors. It's all forbidden, yet it feels more real than anything either of them has ever known. What makes their story even More compelling is the internal war they both face. Bridget grapples with guilt, desire, and the crushing weight of responsibility. She's torn between her heart and her crown, between love and loyalty. For the first time, she must choose who she wants to be, not just for her country, but for herself. Rhys, on the other hand, is haunted by a past he doesn't talk about, and driven by a moral code that has kept him alive and unshakable for years. Falling for Bridget threatens to unravel that code. He knows what's at stake. If he slips up, if they're caught, it's not just his job that's on the line. It could ruin Bridget's future and ignite a scandal that echoes across Europe. Still, they fall. And it's in the quiet moments between the chaos, the soft conversations, the shared smiles, the aching gazes, that the depth of their love becomes undeniable. This isn't just a romance, it's a battle, a rebellion against a system that tells them they can't be together. Every chapter raises the tension. Every choice they make feels like walking a tightrope between bliss and disaster. As Bridget ascends into the public eye, her private world begins to crumble. Rhys becomes more than just her protector. He's her anchor, her confidant, her weakness. And when enemies begin to close in political schemes and media vultures threaten to expose everything they've built in secret, Huang keeps readers on the edge with powerful twists and emotional punches. The writing is both lyrical and intense, moving from steamy scenes to heartfelt revelations with seamless grace. Bridget isn't a passive princess waiting to be saved. She is fierce, intelligent, and deeply human. Rhys isn't your typical alpha bodyguard. He is broken, complicated, and surprisingly tender underneath his hardened shell. As the pressure mounts and their enemies grow bolder, Bridget must make the hardest choice of her life. Can she have love and still be the queen her people need? And can Rhys learn to let go of control long enough to hold on to the one thing he never thought he deserved? Bridget's heart? In the final act of Twisted Games, the stakes explode. Secrets come to light, betrayals cut deep, and Bridget is left to decide if she's willing to sacrifice everything she's worked for in the name of love. And Rhys? He must choose whether to walk away to protect her or stay and risk it all. But Bridget doesn't just choose love. She chooses herself. And in doing so, she rewrites the rules of what it means to be royal. What makes Twisted Games unforgettable isn't just the romance, though it is undeniably scorching. It's the emotional growth, the empowerment, and the courage it takes to love, against all odds. It's about choosing vulnerability when it's easier to be cold, choosing honesty when it's easier to lie, and choosing each other when the world demands separation. This is not just a bodyguard romance. It's a love letter to all those who are told to follow the rules and decide to break them anyway. Twisted Games is a roller coaster of passion, power, and rebellion. From the glittering ballrooms of Eldora to secret rendezvous in the shadows, it delivers a royal love story that is both deeply emotional and wildly addictive. Perfect for fans of slow burns, forbidden love, and heroines who learn to rule not just their countries but their hearts. So if you're looking for a story that's steamy fierce and full of heart, this is the one you don't want to miss. Because, in the end, sometimes the greatest risk isn't falling in love. It's daring to hold on to it. If you want to listen full audiobook for free, link in description.